Hi, I'm Alex from Alex's Technic Creations. This is my latest creation. It is, for one, it's a nice looking car. Looks pretty cool. Has steering and everything. I made it with the Kata Motors set, which is pretty valuable considering. With basically, it has a 2-speed RC gearbox, which you can flip this up, and you can kind of see part of that down in here. You probably can't see it on camera, but it's right down in there. That's part of it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but here's the Kata brick. It's kind of like a BuzzWiz unit, sort of, just in the fact that it's not Bluetooth, but I like physical controllers, kind of like a game controller. But this is the Kata controller. You have buttons on the sides. That's what I'm using to shift the gears up and down. So you see this? It has steering back here, and it has, you can kind of see on the bottom how all of this works, and the hood opens, as you see there. But let me just put this back on and I will show you the bottom better. Okay, now, the bottom. You can see the 2L motors here. This would be about the length right here of what a normal car I do, just has one fixed speed and then steering. But as you see, you've got this big extra section. That is the 2-speed gearbox right there, and that all drives into the differential. So, taking this off, I'm just going to actually remove this whole thing. But taking it off, come closer. Thanks, Mom. Okay, so you can see here, I'll turn it on. To turn it on, you need to press down this and then this, and it will sync it. So then you have steering. Now, my servo right now is broken. This is actually the Lego servo because I broke the Kata servo. I took it apart because I thought I could fix it and I did not. Yay. But it basically did the same thing that my other servo did, in the fact that if you look at the wheel and look at the remote, that should be returning to center. That should go like that, except in one button press. But it doesn't. It gets stuck. Well, then it works. But if you go all the way, it could just get stuck. And you have to do another button press to, and that really messes up the steering. So, you probably won't get a huge demonstration of the steering, but it's basically the same as on all my other builds. For the fairing pieces that I used to actually make it look like a car, yes, those were from the Porsche set that I got. Check out the review, it's good. Okay, but now onto the RC gearbox. So I'm using these two buttons right here to change the gears. The first gear, which just say the low gear, is 1 2/3 to 1. So I have this geared to speed right now. And then for the other gear, it is, well, 2.5, just about. And that's all going into the differential, which the differential torques it down a bit. Not by much, though. So it's more like 0.5 to 1 to like 2-ish to 1. Probably more than that. But, so yeah, now, to see the gearbox work. Okay, I'm going to, actually that's the cord. I'm going to move the cord. Now, as you see in here, when I hit this button, you can see this piece move. This piece right here I'm using as a limiter. You kind of got to hold it down to make sure it stays. But I'm using it as a limiter because you basically got to torque your motor down a bunch if you don't want to use a limiter, and then it can still just cycle through the options, which I don't like. So basically, you hit a button. Oh, and if you just hit it once, it'll go to neutral. But you hold it down, it's on a different gear. And now this is just using the M motor from the Kata set. Good set, except my servo broke in like less than a week. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it's really annoying. So if you have any fixes, please tell me or something. But I'm hoping that it's just a bad batch at Lego's part. I think there's like a Christmas batch going out, and hopefully I can get one of those. But once again, here is it working. And that's used to switch the gears. Under this box, which I have connected in place like that with those two, which, considering it's a box that's 8x4, two even numbers when everything is odd, like it starts out 3, 5, 7, 9. This is 8x4, so it's not exactly going to fit perfectly, but I made it work. I used these two pieces to connect it in. But you can see here, there's the two L motors. Those are geared up. Wait a minute. Is my gearing wrong? No, never mind. Sorry, I was questioning myself. No, so these are geared up 1 2/3 to 1, and that goes through the gearbox. And the gearbox either will gear it up or not gear it at all. It'll just run through 1 to 1. So basically, you get the two gears 1 2/3 to 1, or basically double that, which is pretty interesting. Now I'm gonna reconnect this, and then we can do some tests. So if you want to see the steering system too, here's the steering system. I don't see anything wrong with the steering system that would break the motor, because I'm not like overheating it or anything. We did talk to Lego though, and they basically said, I don't know what caused it, here's a refund, which is pretty cool. Amazing customer service on Lego's part. But here's the steering system. As you see, this is the, I don't know what you call it. It's like geared, I think it's like a steering rack or something. But as you see, gear turns, it moves it, turns the wheels. Flip the hood down. I'm gonna put this back on. Again, really easy to do. It's just connected by some pins to this part. This part's really set into place. Okay, there's that back. The cords are kind of in the way, but oh well. Oh, and the doors do not open. Those are fixed. I couldn't find a way to make the doors stay closed. But I'd say this thing looks amazing. So, if you put it on the ground, it is... So, this is the slow speed right here. I'm going to try to do just back and forth as much as possible because steering is really annoying. Okay, so it doesn't drive completely straight, but so this is the slow speed. Call it gear 1. Then I hit this button, and then we have fast speed. Considerable difference. And this is just a 2-speed gearbox right here because I honestly don't know how to make a third 3-speed gearbox. I'll have to study the instructions for the Land Rover Defender. I think that's got a 4-speed Sisquint. I can't talk. You know, I'm not even gonna try. But sounds pretty cool with all the gears going through the gearbox. And that's really easy to change. You can just change that on command. As I said, it is RC. I can do a bit with steering. As you see, there's no like, just toggle it. There's either straight, well, as straight as you can go, or way off to one side, way off to the other. So that's really annoying. As you see, it kind of drifts a bit. It doesn't have a ton of weight in the back, which is, I guess, on part by me, because like the battery box doesn't weigh much, and the motors aren't near the back; they're toward the center. So I'm not sure what I'll do about that. But this back panel, well, it's connected to here, so I'm not going to take it off. But you can just see the differential working. But there's no weight on it, basically. There's no weight, nothing. So I don't know if I'll put something in the back to try to weigh it down or what. But, because it does kind of, yeah, there you see, it's drifting a bit. With we have hardwood floors, which kind of get dirty, like dusty, so it doesn't have great traction and not a ton of weight in the back. It just slides. Yeah, as you see, it does not take much to turn this thing, or move the wheels when they're not really supposed to. But it's not too bad because it actually makes it going really cool. So that's basically it for this thing. It's got a pretty nice gearbox. I think it's cool because my mom's not very good at RC cars. She's the one behind the camera, thanks. And she doesn't know how to drive them and isn't very coordinated or anything, so it's really cool to just be able to make it go slow. To make it go slow for her. Is that the fast speed? Oh yeah, that's the fast speed. There you go. That's the slow speed. So that's a lot easier to handle. And you know, if you need more torque, you're going over carpet, you can, this will most likely be able to handle it, but otherwise it's completely fine. I mean, if you're going up a ramp or anything, we don't really have anything like that here, but it works pretty well. Okay, future projects. So with all this kind of stuff, I'm probably gonna try to wait till I have better steering or figure out a M motor steering or something, something reliable that I can use for steering, and just return to center. But once I have that figured out, I want to make like a cam car, which is basically a car with a phone mount, and then you can like FaceTime or Google Duo that phone, and then I've done this before. I made one before that was with really big wheels, which I started taking apart my Porsche because that's how I go. I just build it and then take it apart and use the parts for something else, which is pretty cool. But I'm gonna make a cam car. IR, if you go around a corner, it doesn't work anymore. So that kind of ruins it. But you do kind of get first-person perspective from the phone. So with the right phone mount, and this is like sound waves basically. So I'm pretty sure I'd be able to control this downstairs. Hi. You always interrupt my videos. Our cats.
She wants to be a star.
Yeah. I think that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try to get to 10 subscribers by the end of the year. Right now, I'm at 4, so 6 more to go. Woohoo! So, if you like the video, like it. If you want to sub, cool. If you don't, I guess that's okay. Tell me how I can improve, and have a great day.